Accident. Cobwebs, eh? Oh, whereabouts are they, Jack? Where are the cobwebs again? Where's this seatbelt, buddy? You don't need to see him there.
Reverse in, Jamie. So everything's different. Well, you can drive out this one and go around the other way. tyres on. I just want to see if I was any better or not. Where'd you put it? Yeah, like Christmas.
Okay, get rid of these. Get away, get away. We're here at Charlton Speedway in Toowoomba, Queensland for the first ever Titan Garages Super Sedan Grand Prix. There's a whopping $15,000 to win in tomorrow night's feature race. And Lindsay Hawkins, you'll be one of the top contenders.
Well, we'd like to think that we are. We're trying out a few new different things on the car this time. We gave it a practice in Mackay 2 weekends ago. It seemed quite well, but practice, you don't really know what the car's like until you're amongst the other cars. So, yeah, we're hoping something will go well for us.
In your career to date, you've won 5 Queensland titles. You're runner-up last year. How does this race this weekend compare to those victories?
Well, it's I suppose it's just another race like that. I mean, every race is another race. Here you have a lot of interstate drivers, which always are pretty quick cars, but I suppose Queensland have got very quick cars as well. I think we just got to put it down to another race like a state title and do the best you can. You've got to really qualify well. If you can qualify well, then you're in with a good chance.
Have you had a chance to study the racetrack yet?
No, I think you just sort of leave it until the night. The racetracks change so often during the course of the weekend, and you don't know until the final comes along what the track's going to be like, so we'll just wait till then.
Good luck with it this weekend. Be lovely to see you running in the top 5.
Thanks very much.
Out of Victoria, car number 1 in the hands of Nick Nicola. Darren Kane, the ex-Tasmanian champion Mick Doblo from Rockhampton, driving car number 8, 3 wide salute at every point round the Charlton Speedway. Peter Warren from the Sunshine Coast, Bruce Marshall driving car number 2. As pretty as a picture, Jamie McHugh, Miami Firepower, and Hoosier Tyres, car number 23. I tell you what, he's last in the Grand Parade. He won't be last up here at Charlton Speedway tomorrow night with that $15,000 check. Followed by our major sponsors, Witherall, Prestige Auto Body, Ray White, Silver, Rhino, Now Doctors, Queensbury, Crash Repair, Cadbury Confectionery, Silveretta, Ryan and Jennifer Dean, Toowoomba Indoor Race Car, Speedway Racing News, Jordan Pembroke Cars, Rock Pedersen, Dave the Hire, A&J Motors Machinery, Queensland Laser Service, and Bronco Motor Inn, and the Racing. Wow, highway driving these cars in super quick. They are taking a beautiful line at every point round this lightning fast Friday night of Charlton Speedway. The 58 car, nothing putting up, line to on the bottom turn. Big Turtle train driving car number 58 going up the back straight away. Dale Christensen, car number 22. Number 24, Charlton down there on the one side, all over the other way. This one is there, Mr. Magic himself. Has this car got some money? He works the back straight away. This Zion, by the Paul O'Neill car. Surprise to see Mr. Nice Speedway Racing with just a $15,000 check. Here at Charlton Speedway tomorrow night, Paul O'Neill. But these guys certainly good. The Charlton Speedway circuit, Big Mac, a couple of anxious moments down there on the 1-2 turn. Johnny, the left right, the professional of Superman car racing. Having a very close look at the concrete wall down there on the 1-2 turn. But I know that O'Brien is going to get lots of start finish line. He is set for one hell of a night at Superman race action. And out with the car number 36 of Wayne Randall, a 15.15, thanks to Jenny Hines. One of the most astute up here at Charlton Speedway. Many thanks, Jenny. A 15.15, that is fast time so far during the hour. Having special time. Red Hot Race Action, being the Wayne Prince, car number 77. Jack Giles, car number 24. Ian Brent, car number 76, working the back for the lane. These are the superstars of Supertram car racing. Big Double A, car number 8. South Wales, running door number 2. Max Giles. Big Double A, Wayne Brent, the part of the same combination. Out of the 2, out of Daniel Fitz, driving car number 9, running fine. The 3-time Australian champion along with car number 39 down there on the bottom 10. Daniel Fitz, that rocket race car, I tell you what, just where at this point in time, it was rocket power, John Pine. The commencing car in the Newcastle Meadowgrove, car number 9, occupant going into the way by Jamie McHugh, car number 23, Jamie Hawkins. The provider of Mackay Freeway in North Queensland, car number 14. Oh, 3 cars will give a little away, bringing himself undone down there on the bottom 10. John Pine, Jamie McHugh, Chris Marshall, Sunset Autos, Alvin Commodore, car number 2. Wow, 3 cars especially coming to grief down there on the 1.
I guess, Ron Pine, when the big money's up for stakes, the big boys come out to play.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. We do a lot of touring around the country, and wherever them show me the money and I'll be here.
Let's talk about the Australian title for a moment. A little bit disappointing for you this time round.
It was actually. I expected to not only go back to back, I had it 2 years in a row, but I probably thought I was going to be good enough to do it 3 times in a row, but I outsmarted myself actually. I won all the right heats and got off the front line and set the car up a bit tight, and well, history, you know, you read the history books, and I just got passed by everybody, got to the back and the track started drying out. The setup started coming towards it, but it was a bit late, so I had to try some outside moves late in the race, and when you got other guys trying the same thing, it was just a mess and I ended up in the wall.
Well, you're here this weekend at Charlton in Toowoomba for the first ever Australian Super Sedan Grand Prix. There's 15 grand to win. How do you feel about that?
Well, winning Australian titles 3 times and getting $3,000, this race is much more important to have number 1 on your door. The prestige of the race is winning it, of course, and what goes with it, being the inaugural 15,000 to win race. It's the richest paying race in Australia, and I want to put my name in the history books first.
We certainly hope it works well for these guys this weekend and they can do it again in future years.
Yeah, I will. I'm supporting it, and I just hope the crowd comes along, especially tomorrow night, and see some really hard charging racing from the best in the country.
I can see it in your eyes. You're fairly switched on. You're serious about this weekend. How's your preparation been?
Well, it's been good. We won on Wednesday night in Newcastle, and my son walked up to me on the dais and said, "Good drive, Dad, but it wasn't very disciplined." So I guess I've got a bit more to improve, and hopefully tomorrow night it'll just cap it off.
Well, Ron Pine, you've proved you can do it in the past. Let's hope you do it again this weekend.
Yeah, I certainly hope I can, and there'll be one hell of a party in my tent if I do.
Brucey Marshall and Darren Kane filling in that row, and of course Darren, a very young and accomplished driver, 3 or 4 times Tasmanian champion, runner-up of a national champion 2 years running. So he's certainly capable of winning tonight, tomorrow night, 50 laps feature race. As we said earlier, the man that needs no introduction, just leading the freight train now, is the Auto Pro car number 7 of Ron Pine. Behind him, one of the local lads. Great to see a good local contingent here tonight, Mark O'Brien. Further we go back to Wayne Brims and Desi Coyne just slotting in there now. Here comes Jamie McHugh, car number 23. Then we go back to Graham Lehman, another one of our local contenders here tonight. Jeff Phillips, Jack Giles, Bruce Marshall and Darren Kane. So Stewart's now just getting these cars in the race order. Oh, we've got Ron Pine on the inside, alongside him, Mark O'Brien. A little further we go back to Canada 77. Of Wayne Grims and alongside him, Jesse Coyne. This guy can really rock it. And we've got Jerry Q if he gets set across the white line. It's back to you, Kerry Richards.
Okay, thanks David. Yes, already thrown up there on the top turn. Bruce Marshall, complete restart. The Holden Commodore running out of gate power. The green light was shown on the main straight. Complete restart. Just gives an indication of how G'd up these drivers are. With $15,000 up for grabs. Who wouldn't be? In the meantime, many thanks going to rule out that is an important race. Ronnie Pine racing out of pole position. A green flag, green light. Excellent time during the first qualifying. Have a look at Mark O'Brien. Times on the inside of Ron Pine with short left coming out of the 1-2 turns. The Euro 1 car working beautifully. Actually got perfect chance. Oh, look at Ronnie Pine. Oh, Ronnie Pine. Mark O'Brien. Wild race action. Have a look at the drive from Jamie McHugh out of the Gold Coast, already getting the race car through the second place. But to no avail. Yellow lights being turned on trackside. Is this one frantic affair? The first heat of Super Sedan car racing proudly brought to us by Dean's Roses, heat number 1 over 10. Already substantial damage on some of the race cars going across the start-finish line. Mark 9, that altercation with Ron Pine on the main straight. Complete restart. We are conferring here with our officials in our race headquarters. Looks like one driver. Ron Pine, the Auto 1 car out of Festock in New South Wales. Got the rear appeal during the first heat of Super Sedan car racing. I tell you what, it's fireworks on the racetrack. This is sensations unfolding. No racing laps complete at this point in time. Still 10 to race. Mark O'Brien, the 77 car, Wayne Grims, they are side by side. Look at Jamie McHugh, one of the promotional team with a $15,000 to win Charlton Speedway show. He's got this Miami Smash Beers racer jumping out of the ground as he comes out of the 3-4 turns down the lane to the way. Mark O'Brien in second placing, the 77 racer of Wayne Grims, third placing going up the back straight. A driver's side front tyre deflated on the Auto 1 car. Mark O'Brien, second placing. Wayne Grims further back on the back wall. The number 6 car, very untidy on the back straight away. The Tasmanian champion certainly working overtime as they negotiate the back straight away. Graham Lehman running midfield. The Sunset Autos car of West Marshall ahead of Tasmania 1. The Darren Kane car, virtually a nose-to-tail drive coming out of the 3-4 turn for one moment. Mark O'Brien just hesitating up there on the top turn. Virtually a nose-to-tail involving Mark O'Brien and Wayne Grims. The number 6 car as they come on like the gangbusters. There's Corn from Central Queensland, Bruce Marshall. They're starting the snow rim on the inside. There's only one way to go. I've got to do it the hard way around the concrete wall. Jamie McHugh, that is a monster lead during the first heat of our inaugural $15,000 Super Sedan car. Speedway spectacular at Charlton Speedway. Mark O'Brien, car of 99, undoubtedly put him in the race of a lifetime. In third placing, the 77 racer. A Pennells flying in the breeze, and it is Corn car number 6. Looks like they're attacking the Mark O'Brien car every which way but loose. Across the starting line, and upon it, flaps in the breeze. Oh, a big move from the Tasmanian champion, Darren Kane. Unfortunately, there's Corn, losing 4 or 5 placings down there on the 1-2 turns. The laps rapidly running out during this first heat of Super Sedan car racing. Jamie McHugh, what the run. Wouldn't it be a confident Jamie McHugh as he goes into round number 2 very shortly. About to lap some of the tail enders going up the back straight away. Jamie McHugh and the Miami Smash Beers racer. He has set Charlton Speedway alight. First placing down to the 23. Jamie McHugh first. Second, 1 going to the 77 New South Wales racer of Wayne Brent. And officially third looks like Mark O'Brien in car 99 Speedway Bands. If that is any indication of what's to come here at Charlton Speedway tonight and tomorrow night, you, our Speedway fans, are in for a thrill-a-minute affair. Put your hands together for him, Charlton. Give him a big round of applause. Jamie McHugh. Come on, Charlton. Put your hands together for him.
Yeah, just once, I think.
In Boccia, you're one of the major sponsors here this weekend. I guess it's a privilege and an honour to be part of such a big deal.
Yeah, it certainly is. We've been associated with Speedway now for some 25 years or so, and I'm always interested in Speedway and where I can promote my business, which is in Boccia race parts. I take it a privilege to be able to get involved in an event like this, which is probably one of the richest events in Australia for super sedans.
And you're back sporting a two-car team?
Yes, well, we've got a couple of cars, but the car that I really own is 36, which is now powered by a V8. Darren has come to work for us, and I've agreed to sponsor him. While it's his motor car, I'm just sponsoring him for his racing at this stage.
Good luck with the team tonight, mate. It'd be nice to see both cars running at the pointy end of the field.
That'll be great. That's what we all dream of. Thank you.
Well, Darren Kane, of course, is one of Ian's men, and Darren, you're no stranger to the big races.
Yeah, it's going to be a great race, and it's the same for everybody, and I'm really looking forward to it.
3 or 4 times Tasmanian champion?
Yeah, 3 times, back-to-back last 2 years, and hoping for this year for 3rd time in a row.
And have you had a chance yet to check out the racetrack?
I've had a run up here early in the season, and it's a difficult racetrack because it's always different every time you come here, but I'm hoping it's going to be very wet, and we all get a lot of drive out of it.
Good luck tonight, mate. Well, the second man on the team, of course, is Wayne Randall. Wayne, welcome back to Toowoomba.
Yes, good to be here. Toowoomba's one of my favourite tracks in Australia, and in the past years we've done pretty well here, so we can only hope this weekend it's going to be exactly the same. We're certainly G'd up for it. Our car is going the best it's been for the whole, well, we've run last season and this season, but the last few shows we've run, it's been very, very good. Feels good, and new engine this year, or new heads on the engine this year, and it's just improved it out of sight.
Just walking through the pits, there's some awesome talent here this weekend. You know, you've got the guy standing there behind you there, and the 2 Pine brothers, and the list just goes on and on.
Yeah, look, there's anyone that of probably 25 cars could win this event, which makes it just goes to show how strong the sport is, I suppose. But I think we're there. We're quite confident, and but you never underestimate no one.
You've been racing a long time. You said 15-year association with Ian Boccia. 50 laps tomorrow night. What sort of preparation do you need to do for that?
50 laps. I've always been a long distance person. I mean, I don't mind running 50 or 75. Longer the better. And we're right for that. I'm fit enough, I believe, and I play a bit of sport to keep me fit. And 50 laps is not a problem.
Good luck for tomorrow night, Wayne.
Thank you very much.
It's tonight, sponsored by between the car up, as the cars form up. But there's one more look at them as they start to run away down the straightaway. The likeable lady, Tanya Smith, off the pole line. Alongside her, we've got Peter Warren. To go further back, Elaine and Bell and Nick McCullers have started to put on a few engine work. Dick Davison and Lindsay Hawkins, Ian Bridges and Gary Pagel, Johnny Leslie, Leslie Pascoe, mind you, that name's been around a few summers. And Robert Carring, as we get set to go racing with Tanya Smith. It's back to you, Kenny.
Okay, thanks, David. Yes, the start moments away. Tanya, go. The green flag was stopped on our start pretty fine. The freedom speed. Tanya Smith explodes this rocket race car into a handy Raceway coming out of the 3-4 turn for the first time. In second placing, Peter Warren. Second and third. The flying Wayne Randall. It's McCullough, the Victorian champion. Fourth placing on Gallon 11. Further back on the back, the big leaders, including Ian Brent and John Leslie, Canada 81, side by side. Contact between Peter Warren. He puts the sunshine tank down of right into the infield and turns 1 and 2. Having rejoined the field, there will be a yellow light being turned on. The action, if we turn of the wheels, putting on the right side, Canada 9 Big Nicola sitting in fourth, coming out of the 3-4 turn. Bernie Jack Car, the number 97 racer. He's this one, a hell of a drive. On the modified production, the Sedan car division. Gary Bagel, down number 97, back to the same distance. Covering those first 3 race cars, going across the start finish line. Daniel Smith is number 3 to the top of the race car for one big victory. Looks like 2 cars slammed together up there on the 3-4 turn. Then it's a crew blow for our New South Wales racer in the way of Robert Carey driving car number 2. Five to race. It's going to be Daniel Smith. It's going to be Wayne Randall. They don't wait. Ryan the race stopping the way that Daniel Smith was running. To the Melbourne also look at it. One time the race order. Daniel Smith, Wayne Randall, that is an impressive drive from Gary Bagel. The 97 a whole lot of Big Nicola out of Victoria, Ross Racing. Robert Carrick from Newcastle City, a big lead on ahead, on the finish line. Chasing the Hawkins car, if we look at this Charlton Prix. Daniel Smith, Wayne Randall. Gary Bagel, fourth place in this for the ascent. So Big Nicola to pick up third placing going up the back following with this Holman Commodore. Has it got some Monday jumbo on the hands of Gary Bagel. The passing blade has been shown up at Tuesday across the start finish line. That goes accordingly, pulling up through that Tanya fence will get off 4 on heat number 2, round number 1 for the night at tomorrow night's qualifier. Big Nicola, that's the first mistake. It's been called a mistake from Gary Bagel. Setting 3 claims, third placing going up to the next one. I would say there may be a problem there at the Holden Commodore. Slowing considerably, but it is a race winner going to car number 9. Tanya Smith first.
Michael G, you're one of the men behind this this weekend. Why Toowoomba?
We picked Toowoomba because on its night Toowoomba can be one in Queensland. You can actually race 2 cars wide here, and normally they have a nice hooky track for the people, yeah.
And how many months of planning's gone into this?
We sat down over tea probably 6 or 7 months ago, deciding that we'd have a go at it, and yeah, all of a sudden it's here, and it's taken no time at all to get here.
Yourself and Jamie McHugh obviously are behind this. Are you happy with what's happened so far?
So far so good, yeah. Everything's gone according to plan. We've got good car numbers and good quality field, which is what we were hoping for from the outskirts. So all in all, yeah, at this stage pretty good. You can probably ask us after tomorrow night, and we'd be able to give you a bit better answer.
Michael, I hope it all goes well for you, and give yourself a chance to win some of your money back.
Yeah, I hope so. You know, the Weatherall car's been going really good up here lately, so I think, you know, hopefully we're in with a shot, and you know, with the support that Titan have given us as well through this meeting, we hope that it goes really well for him as well.
Good luck with it, Michael.
Thanks, David.
Mick Tablow and Shaney Lau and Greg Smith. Now Shane out there, just can't see whether Shane's out there or not. He did say, you'll see Shane now. It's great to see Shane back out there. What he said, well, what he was hoping was the overheating problem was that the brand new thermostat put in the car, brand new engine too, by the way, and he felt that the thermostat wasn't opening properly, so he just cut a hole in the bottom of the thermostat, and hopefully that has fixed his overheating problems. We can certainly hope so. We're all set to go charging up the front row. There's Tony Butler now. And Brian Christensen, Kevin, back to you.
Thanks, David. We are ready for a start. Big right hand. Tony Barkable and Dale Christensen. Side by side, and Michael Green also way through them. Woodrow proceeds all their money car working the back run away. Craig McGeorge. A big move round the outside. I'll tell you what, there's no one car. Whoa, drama time on the 3-4 turn. Looks like 3-1. Shane Lau facing the wrong direction at this point in time. Obviously a complete restart being called by the stewards. There you go, racing. And looks like Collins for Canada 7 going across the start finish line. They're actually doing 1-2 kilometres an hour down there on the bottom turn. That is Brian Missam from the Darling down. Well, to say we're having no joy would be an understatement. Car number 71 of Shane Lau, also facing the wrong direction. Like tame kittens up the back straight, just right left. Green flag falls on the main straight. Tony Barcamore, our lane. Looks like plenty of race tape being used on the Shane Lau, car number 71. That magic race tape can work wonders from time to time. Good to see Dave Marshall and his charming wife out here at Charlton also during tonight's show. Okay, we go racing. We start along. Dale, Raceway coming out of the 1-2 zone for the left side. Out of the tight, the third and fourth between the Great Big George for Falcon and Michael G. Pace cars. Oh, another lose on the top 10. Motor cars everywhere. Absolute mechanical mayhem up there on the 3-4 turns. Unfortunately, once again, the number 71 car of Shane Lau involved, also Brian Misson driving car number 7. Okay, let's go racing, Speedway van. Hopefully there will be coming. Dale Griffith around the outside. Michael G. Already body car down in second placing. I tell you what, this battle's been saved every point. Have a look at Great Big George, the fourth balcony, takes the nails. Tony Barcamore. Doing heat number 3 of Sedan car racing. This Tony Barcamore car has involved incredibly to our lightning like Charlton Speedway. Fine, just working in fourth placing, but in the right up front. Next up the back straightaway. Great Big George, but a fairway out of contention. This Great Big George car going beautifully through the racing lane. The race leader, putting the race, putting the tempo, big time. Dale Griffith in Canada 22 pick up placing. Tony Barcamore has remained along there from Cape out of Charlton. Edward Wild, side by side. Michael G. looking for an outside passing loser. Rocket ahead of John Church. The 4 and visiting New South Wales drivers going extremely well through the lane number 6. Dale Griffith, this is a champagne drive. Dale Griffith, John Pine and Michael G. Go-ahead will say works the back away. Michael G. He tucks in tight coming out of the 3-4 turn. This is Dale Griffith. Down on the 3-2 up the front. I'm going to say for 1 moment. Looks like Tony Barcamore is going to take the most. Under the Dale Griffith coming out of the 3-4 turns. Action time. Further back on the back. John Church and the Paul O'Neill. Online time. Michael G. for 1 moment. He's doing right up. Going across the start finish line. There's Michael G. Taking that round. Pushing the back straight away. But Dale Griffith going to be looking super good in car number 22. John Pine and Paul O'Neill, one circulation of Charlton Speedway remaining. Going to be Dale Christensen or Tony Barcamore. Barcamore virtually throwing away a set second placing down there on the 1-2 turn. The green light's being turned on, Speedway fans. The winner from green to checker. How about a big round of applause for him in car number 22, Dale Christensen first. Second going to Tony Barcamore, car number 63. And officially third out of New South Wales, leading no introduction, John Pine in car 9. Speedway fans official placings during event number 6, the first round of qualifying heats, ready for our fifth. To our flying modified production very, very shortly. Just not too short. The guys on the start-finish line are doing at this point in time. Whether it's a checkered flag or 1 lap to race, we'll find out very, very shortly. I'd say it's a checkered flag. Thanks, Leone.
So, John Pine, you're a man that doesn't venture up this side of the country often. Why this weekend?
Well, it's a big money event, and this is what it's all about. But we were very fortunate to get Fishwick Mowers from Canberra to sponsor us to get here, which is, it's very hard to travel and to do it. It's a lot of money to cost to get here. But this sort of event is a premier event. This is one of the major events of the season that's for anybody, really. So, hopefully it comes off well.
I guess it is, and evident in the amount of cars and the quality of cars that are here this weekend.
Well, I suppose if you've done a run around here on championships, there's probably about 10 or 12 title holders here tonight and tomorrow night. So, the best man's going to win. Just hope that the track and the heat looks after us and makes it a fantastic race for us.
So the event certainly worth the effort.
Oh, the prize money alone is going to be enormous to anybody's purse for the season. It's probably what you're going to spend in the next couple of months on just travelling and winnings and repairing of cars.
Ron was saying before that he's won like 3 Australian titles and only got $3,000 to win. This is $15,000 to win.
This is true. These are what's happening. We've got another one in Victoria, another one at Parramatta this season. Tasmania's got $15,000 total prize the winner can get. Parramatta's $10,000. Victoria's got a $10,000. And if you want to go to WA to the Australian titles, it's $3,000. I don't think any of us will be going that far because of that circumstances. It's $1 a litre for fuel, and no one's going to go that far.
And how's your preparation been for this weekend?
We've had a fantastic run. We got sent to the rear at Newcastle for a broken starter motor a couple of weeks ago, come from the rear and won. Parramatta, we had 25 title holders between the guys on the racetrack. It's something that's, it's a real plus for a promoter. And we come through and won. We beat Logue, Ronnie, everybody. It was a fantastic race. And hopefully this is what's going to happen tomorrow night.
Well, John Pine, best of luck for tomorrow night's 50-lap race. It's going to be a gruelling task.
We're going to give it the best effort, and Komatsu, Australia's supporting us, and hopefully we can put them out in lights and win the event.
Good luck, mate.
The car as well as the driver, so those guys are certainly very, very pumped up. Ron Pine there is starting up the inside second from the back row. One heat down already. This man will not like that one iota. He'll be absolutely trying to death in this one to try and regain a few points. Let's have a bit of a look-see at them now as we roll on down the back straight away. That's Darren Kane on the front row, and he's alongside Bruce Marshall, I believe. Jack Giles, now Chris Eden's scratching. Johnny Pine right alongside him. It's back to you, Chris.
Okay, we are racing that Mania 1. Darren Kane going to be a green, the sugar drive for Darren Kane. One of the top guns down there on the upper aisle. Bruce Marshall, Jack Giles. Graham Lehman putting in the big one. Johnny Pine, the Newcastle hero. In the number 9 car, running very strongly indeed on the cluster starting line. Have a look at Ron Pine. For the last of 4 as they work the back straight away, driving the brand new VX Commodore. Has this car got some Monday Jumbo, the number 7 racer of Ron Pine, looking for inside passing loose. Oh! Wow! Motor cars every which way but late. The John Pine car out of the Newcastle Motordrome, pulling up to a halt on the start-finish line. Substantial damage, it looks like, to Mark O'Brien, car number 99, to say our local Darling Downs drivers haven't had to pull them their fair share of drama. Would be
I'll get hit with a few flying body panels. First Coin looks relaxed in the office, but he's certainly surveying the damage and asking, is there any other form of damage done to the race car? We'll just go back to Mark O'Brien. And this will be a battle to the death as we get set to go racing. Back to you, Kevin Richards.
Okay, we go racing, back to the rerun, hopefully no more drama this time round. But the entire field is stacked. Half the cars come up with race tape as they work the back straight away. The race leader, the Tasmania 1 car, Darren Kane, does he pull on the power as he negotiates the name straight away. Bruce Marshall, side by side. Jack Giles, the Rock Hampton, and the three-time national champion, Ronnie Pine. Now a clear third place from the Auto 1 car into the Newcastle Motordrome, working beautifully on the main straight. The same words can be said for Darren Kane, the Tasmania 1, Bruce Marshall, the Holland Commodore. In great style, round the outside, the number 99 car, Mark O'Brien. They are side by side, Graham England, Mark O'Brien, working back in fifth place. That's one hell of an arse to come from rear of field. And words, very aptly put. The John Pine driving the car number 9 and working the John Pine car. Running out of game there on the main straight, regulating John Pine back to rear of field. Darren Kane, Bruce Marshall. putting up the race on the side from North Queensland. If you can contain the calibre of great car and driver, doing it at number 10, round number 2, he's doing a superhuman job of winning 4 cars of Jack Giles coming out of the 3-4 zone. Graham Lincoln for one moment. Look down the inside, look down the outside, but certainly Jack Giles covering his tracks beautifully. Looks like Ford Farmer up there on the top turn. Also the number 6 car pulling onto the infield as I speak. But Escorn Racer hasn't been a cruel night, but Escorn, no joy during the opening heat likewise. In round number 2, Lindsay. Wayne Brim's come at the 77. Still 2 laps to race. Regarding it in number 10. Outdoors family cars. Darren Kane of it. Bruce Marshall. Oh, Bruce Marshall. One line. Oh, motor cars every direction coming out of the 1-2 turn. Talk about a hapless night. The 3 times Australian champion, Ron Payne.
The Charlton Speedway complex and having a tough tussle of it as we get set to continue on with the next round of heat races. It's back to you, Kenny.
Thanks much indeed, David. Still 2 to race. Regarding the red number 10 to say we're having no joy would be an understatement. Darren Kane, a whole new complex, a whole new outlook coming over at number 10. Darren Kane, certainly setting the pace going across the start-finish line. The Boschemator, Tasmania one. Jack Giles making the long haul from Rockhampton to Charlton Speedway, all worthwhile. There's 24 cars working beautifully in second placing. Graham Lehman holding down third, going across the start-finish line. The winner, Tasmania one. Darren Kane first in second, 24, Jack Giles. At the A5 racer, Graham Lehman officially third, George.
Robert Carrick, you're another Newcastler up here this weekend. How's your preparation been for the race so far?
Oh, pretty good. We had a bit of an incident at Newcastle 2 nights ago. We got a bit crashed up, so we had to work on the car all day yesterday to get it to come here last night. So we worked on the car till 9 o'clock last night, and we arrived here probably about lunchtime today. So we travelled all night to get here. So we hope we're pretty well prepared.
Have you had a chance yet to check out the racetrack?
Yeah, probably about an hour ago I went and had a bit of a look at the track. I've never been here before, so the track doesn't look too bad, so I'm hoping that my car suits it, so we sort of live and learn, I think.
How does it compare with what you've seen and done before?
From what I've heard, I just had a look at it just a while ago. It's egg shaped, so they reckon it's something like Lismore, so I'm just hoping. I've raced at Lismore a couple of times, so if it's something like that, well, I should get pretty well used to it pretty quick.
They tell us that this complex here in Toowoomba is regarded as one of the best in Australia. How do you feel about that comment?
Well, unfortunately I haven't raced here, but I asked Ron Pine what it's like to race here. He said he raced here about a month ago and it dried out. He said it dried out, but you just hope on the night that track really comes to what your car is. So we're just hoping that sort of everything goes our way for a change.
Good luck for the weekend, Robert, and hope to see you running in the top 5 or 6.
Yeah, the first place will do. Thank you. Righto.
6. Nick Girdlestone is due for a change of good luck. The Nick Girdlestone car 58, he certainly hasn't had much of that during tonight's racing. Mick Nicola driving Victoria 1 from 8. Wayne Randall, car number 36 from 9. Peter Warren in from 10. And Tanya Smith, that could be the car to watch. Can she move through the pack? Driving car number 9, remembering also a brilliant drive to victory during one of the earlier heats for Tanya Smith from Rocket Race Cars in northern New South Wales. This one will be at a minute. Stand by, Speedway fans. We are ready for a start. Robert Carrick and Ray Smith taking off like 2% going up the back sort of way. Have a look at Johnny Lanslight, the true professional of the Sedan car. Oh, John Lanslight. One hell of a hit up behind it a little from down at the 16. Round of 8, certainly of paramount importance for the crew of the Motor Night. Starting grid with a 16 lap, $15,000 to win. Robert Carey, Ray Smith, and John Lanslight with Whittling Silence with Charlton Speedway. That's how they're running 1, 2, 3 going up the back straight away. John Lanslight looking for inside or outside, passing in on this Robert Carey. He's going to Carey car, giving plenty. John Lanslight, he's doing everything right out there trackside. pack holding down fourth placing coming out of the 3-4 turns. Big Nicola, Victoria 1 and push the yellow lights. Coming out of the top 10. Have a look at Shot left light. The car almost sideways on, going across the start finish line. The first air car now right on the left-hand door of Shot left light with the back straightaway to 3 New South Wales drivers. They are the Super Bowl landslide and John Church as landslide comes to step from the tail into the American truck march. Another race one, O'Neill. Second, fourth placing it on Big McCall on the back straight. This is as good as it gets in Super Sedan car racing. John Medlight is sliding. There's no room on the inside. There's only one way to get around it. And that's exactly what he does from this point on. Wins the Sedan car with an unbeatable lead. Regarding event number 11, John Medlight sets the Charlton Speedway track alight. In second place, the race leader, Robert Carey. Now the pressure weapons will be coming from Prix. In Canada 16, Robert O'Neill. He knows the laps are running down. He's got to move and move quickly. Talk about 4 New South Wales cars dominate. Event number 11 in Super Sedan car racing, John Medlight. Almost a passing move between the Mick Nicola car and the flying Greg Smith in car number 16. That's actually a pretty turn of the wheel. Greg Smith almost in the Mick Nicola car. Sideways on, coming out of the top turn. One circulation of Charlton Speedway remaining. And John Medlight on his way to victory. The checkered flag across the start finish line. Car number 81, John Medlight first. Second going for number 2 racer Robert Carrick. And filling third out of Victoria, Victoria 1 of Big Nicola. A super time, Speedway fans, your 7-lap time. 1 minute 49.94. That is a blinder. For 7 laps, 1 minute 49.94. In car number 8, Gary Pagel. Car number 97, a brilliant drive earlier on during tonight's Super Sedan racing. 33, Jeff Phillips. Craig McGeorge. Car number 3, Daniel McHugh. Car number 23, Daniel McHugh. That's the Tomatoes. Starway having won a silver medal. As they come into the 1-2 turns up the back straightaway, 3 wide. Is the sensational Super Sedan car racing. James McHugh, Michael T. and Craig McGeorge. Have a look at James McHugh. Quite easy, take out maximum points, a brilliant drive during one of the earlier heats, and now sitting in third place, you remember it also, virtually coming from rear of field, looks like one of the motor cars slowing to a halt. On the back straight, unfortunately the hapless Shane Lau in car number 71, to say it hasn't been a wretched night of luck for Shane Lau would be an understatement. Just wondering what the steward's decision is coming down the main straight. One of the big contingent of cars built by Ray Finch Race Cars. George work in the back straight, certainly the 2 big movers. As soon as that green flag was shown, Michael G, the Weatherall Prestige Auto Body, car 11, and the Miami Smash Affairs and Hoosier Tyres, car number 23 along with 33. Of Jeff Phillips. Giant Brian this time round, once again pulling up on the start-finish line. Be very interesting indeed to find out the conversation between our official Speedway starter and Jai O'Brien, driving car number 28. Main straight. Hopefully no more dramas, just good hard starts, race action. I don't think Jay O'Brien would be a happy chappy at this point in time. Whatever went wrong has certainly earned the wrath of our Chief Steward here at Charlton Speedway. Still in the race, the green started into the 12 as Lego whoa, left-hand wheel high in the air on the Shane Flow car of the slams this race car into the bottom turns. Have a look at Michael G. He rides the high line, big time on the 3-4 turn. Talk about some nice tail stuff. Going next to the congested pole line, there's only one way to go. I've got to put this Miami Smasherman's car around the outside doing just that, working the back straight away. Talk about frantic race action, big double. Joey Bagel, second and third placing. The body car of Michael G. Ahead of this number 6 yard, Shane Lau going up the back straight away. Shane McHugh still forging forward. He's got him between places. It's almost impossible to say the words up in the nearest headquarters. Jeff Phillip almost on the inside of the 71 car. Shane Lau on the back straight. Craig McGeorge trying to come through on the inside. Oh, and he's got the gap. There we go, effectively indeed. Shane McHugh down on the 23. This is certainly where the race action is better between Jeff Phillip. Shane Lau, Shane McHugh on the back straight away. From time to time, you'd say that you think we're going to end, but surely there's a point of no return. Quite a hard getting involved in Jeff Phillip. And Shane Lau across the start of his line. The Cobra. Tony Bucket all out last at this point in time. Big double Joey Bagel and Michael G. They are the three pace setters. The three trendsetters showing out second last line of qualifying team. Big double. That Thomas Commodore has the group of amazing race cars during tonight's Super Sedan car racing. Gary Bagel, Gary. Adam Leroy in the south third end this week, side by side, wheel to wheel across the start finish line. Now we're going to Big Double A, driving Caliber 8. Then he continue on the short turn, that's the race. We're guarding him into the pole. The second last round of heat, Big Double A, Gary Bagel. Michael G. still sitting in a state third place. Across the start finish line, back in the fourth, Shane McHugh. What a super drive from rear of field. And Jeff Phillip, they're on their victory lap. The chicken flag about to be displayed across the start finish line from Rockhampton Speedway, the Charlton Raceway. The winner, car number 8, Big Double A first. Second placing going to Gary Bagel, car number 97. And third, the overall prestige, auto body, car 11 of Michael G. Winning time, 2 minutes 37.05. That is a firecracker time, Speedway fans.
Well, Des Coyne, welcome back to Toowoomba. You're really no stranger to the place.
Yeah, no, I've been here quite a few times. I like the track. It's probably been a bit of a hoodoo track for us, but yeah, we got the car pretty quick, so hopefully a good night.
Mate, as far as super sedans go, there's some tremendous talent in the pits here tonight.
Yeah, there is. You won't get a better line-up for an Australian title than what's here. And Queensland comp is one of the hardest comps around of all the states, and yeah, some really good cars here tonight.
Is this the beginning of something special, do you think, for super sedan racing, big races like this?
It is. It needs more of this, but yeah, I think it's definitely a start, and And if the promoters come out all right and gets the support, I think it'll keep going ahead. There's some other people talking about them down south, and this is what's needed. And it's a good thing for the sponsors. We need to promote our sponsors and this is the way to do it.
As far as your preparation and your racing goes this summer so far, how's it been for you?
Yeah, we've only done about 4 meetings, and yeah, we've run places in every meeting, and the car's really quick. We qualified on pole at Archerfield last meeting, and unfortunately it rained, we couldn't run the final, but yeah, we've been real competitive this season.
And you live in Dysart, it's a long way from here, a long way from anywhere. Does it really affect your racing a lot?
No, it did the last couple of years, but we're more relaxed this year, and we're doing it all from Dysart this year, and I've got total control of it now, and yeah, it's a lot easier now, and no, it doesn't affect it. We get here in plenty of time and relax and that. Yeah, it's good.
Good luck with the weekend, mate.
Yep. Good, thanks a lot.
From 3, Mark O'Brien, Dale Christensen, Brian Misson, and Paul O'Neill in row 4, row 5, Jack Childs, Greg Smith, and sitting at the rear of the field, the Mackay Speedway promoter in car number 14 of Lindsay Hawkins. A start moments away. Stand by. Our last round of heats in the world of Super Sedan car racing. Also out here with Charlton tomorrow night. We will certainly give you an update before the meeting commences of the exact point scores as they go into the final round, the B main, and of course the firecracker of Super Sedan car racing, the 50-lap, $15,000 to win, proudly brought to us by Titan Garages. As we go racing, the luck change. The number 6 power peddler of Ted Corny explodes to the repairs tyres in a car running wheel to wheel, side by side, with the Gary Pagel car coming out of the 3-4 turn for the first time. This was trending speedway action. Have a look at the car. Here wins. Almost sideways on. Likewise, down at Newcastle, number 2 racer of Robert Carrick. 5 race cars virtually vying for the race lead, going up the back straight away. The number 16 car also from Newcastle, Greg Smith. He's got a big dominating with Paul O'Neill, Dale Christensen. They are setting an absolute red-hot pace out of the 1-2 turn. There's Corn, just one little hiccup in car number 6. That is the cross, there's Corn, Daniel Brown. Car working up straight from Yarman of the South Burnett District. Gary Pagel without any fear of contradiction. One of the top guns in the modified production ranks for a long, long time. Drama down there on the 1-2 turns. Already mentioned, still 7 laps to race. Plenty can happen in 7 laps. Tonight's racing, of course, the 3 rounds, the 3 heats, an indication of what lies ahead here at Charlton Speedway tomorrow night. Also, that great innovation from Mathemotors, $50 to adults, 2 children. Pick up the green flag, Canopy the flying Melbourne Commodore, and Gary Pagel cutting tight into second placing, losing no ground down there on the bottom turn. There's Corn, the number 6 racer. Some big moves, big moves further back in the pack. 2 cars facing the wrong direction from our race headquarters. Is this going to be one of those races where we have 4 or 5 restarts to try to go one more circulation of our Charlton Raceway? They're scored in 6. Mark O'Brien, Paul O'Neill, Greg Smith, car number 16, Lindsay Hawkins, Jack Childs. A start moments away, Freeway fans, still 7 laps remaining regarding event number 10. Proudly brought to us by Freeway Leveling Services. The face-up firecracker Canopy the Commodore and Gary Pagel after 7 more circulations of the Charlton Speed Bowl, picking up the checkered flagging, increases that race lead. That car almost sideways on, coming out of the top turn. And I think by transfer from Paul O'Neill, Mark O'Brien. Desperate to fight back in car number 99. This is Champagne. Super Sedan car racing, 4 cars virtually locked together coming out of the 3-4 turn. This is the space of life. Commodore Guthrie and Gary Pagel. There's Corn back to the straight distance. Separating the 1-2 combination going up the next runaway. It's going to be a passing there. It's just happened in the way of Paul O'Neill. Slices the beta car underneath. There's Corn. Whoa! 2 cars locked together up there on the 3-4 turn. Lindsay Hawkins. Substantial front panel damage to the number 14 Mackay Racer as Gary Pagel still dictates the pace, dictates the tempo. In car number 97, he hasn't led it for 1 moment. Still 3 laps to race, all over in second, then Corn. Mark O'Brien, the Newcastle 16 car. Greg Smith as they work the back straight away for one name and Greg Smith looking dangerous. Almost takes the nose of a 16 air conditioning car. Underneath Mark O'Brien coming out of the 3-4 turn. One thing we can say confidently here in our race headquarters, some of these drivers have got a lot of work to do on the race cars tomorrow before our Saturday night race action up here at Charlton Speedway. The white flag across the start finish line. Gary Bagel, he's got that deep right foot firmly in the firewall. He'll want to the big challenge with half a lap remaining coming from Paul O'Neill. The number 5 racer, going to be Gary Bagel, the 97 car, safely out of the 3-4 turns. Across the start finish line, race winner, 97, Gary Bagel first, second placing Paul O'Neill. In New South Wales 5 and rounding out the top 3, a welcome change of luck for the Repair tyres. Car 6 of Des Corn. Speedway fans, put your hands together for him. A brilliant ride. The Gary Bagel racer car 97.
Tanya, you haven't enjoyed the best of seasons this year. What's gone wrong?
Man, we've had a terrible start to the year. Actually, you know, we've had they've thrown everything at us. We had some lead flow off a competitor's car at Newcastle, and then we went back the next week, and we were in a really good position. And a guy spun out in front of us and caused a fair bit of damage to the car, so that took us out of that night. And then just a couple of weeks ago, we were at Archerfield, and first heat, come out of 5, and you know, we ran down the leader and actually gone for a pass on the leader there, and 2 laps to go, and he's turned around in front of us, and so another fairly major collision, and did a fair bit of damage to the car and sort of re-injured my neck again. But we're ready to bounce back. It's time for things to start to improve, and you know, we've done everything we can to make this weekend be the weekend where it all turns around.
Well, you're here this weekend and you're back and you're in good form for the Titan Garages Super Sedan Grand Prix. How's your preparation been leading up to this event?
Well, aside from that accident, the car. We're very, very happy with the car. We've been developing it over the last couple of years. It's a traditional 4-bar rear end deal, which has taken some working out. You know, it's based on an American design as far as the rear end and everything goes, but Australian tracks are a lot different. The cars are a lot different, and they really don't react the same. And so we've sort of struggled a little bit with that setup, but we're very confident now that we've really Ron Pine. Sorry, he just blew me a kiss. But yeah, no, we're very, very confident that we've got the combination worked out, and we're looking forward to a great weekend.
Tanya, while we've got a moment of your time, how do you feel about taking us on a tour of your race car?
Sure, I'd love to. Yep. Well, this is an Australian-built car, which all the super sedans are, of course. This is built by Danny Smith. It's a rocket chassis, and we're based in Lismore, New South Wales. It's a Pontiac Grand Prix silhouette shape. We run a 350 Chev with a 4-barrel carburetor, MSD ignition system. We have coil-over shocks and AFCO springs. Where are we? We've got a Woodward rack and pinion there. It's actually a design of ours as well. It's a fast 5-to-1 rack that we've designed in conjunction with Woodward precision steering. We move through the car. We have the cockpit area, which we design our own seat down there because I'm a lot smaller than most other drivers, and we really can't buy a seat over the counter to suit myself. We also developed a design here whereby we run 2 head supports to try and you know, decrease the risk of injury to myself. Got a 5-point Simpson harness here. Gauges and things like that we need to look at as we're going around, just to make sure that all the componentry's in good condition. I guess move through the back here. We're actually running Hoosier tyres. We've been persistent. We've actually, in America, they run a 29-inch right rear tyre. Over here, most of the cars run a 32-inch right rear. The last couple of seasons now, we've been running these smaller tyres, and we've convinced a few of the other competitors to move toward that. There's a lot of benefits to the 29-inch tyre in that they can just be imported directly from America, and it consequently makes them cheaper for everyone to run. So yeah, we've been on the push there, and I think it actually, in all honesty, it makes the cars a lot more stable to drive and compared to the bigger 32-inch tyre. So I'm really pushing for them, and yeah, hopefully some more competitors will change over and we can improve the class that way as well. As I said before, it's a 4-bar rear end, which you really can't see any of that from here. It runs on a bird cage system. In the back of our rocket chassis, we have a Franklin rear end. It's a quick change rear end, so we can change the gears in the back of the diff, so that you can get the gearing to suit different racetracks that you go to. In the back, you might have noticed when we were in the front there that there was no radiator in front of the motor. We actually choose to run our radiator in the back, and so it's back here, and the cooling system, the fan, and that sort of stuff's back here as well. And fuel system, the cars run methanol, and our fuel cell, it's actually a plastic bladder inside that with an aluminium casing on it that just helps to have a bit of a safety feature there. Really, we like to keep it encased in aluminium so that if we happen to get some hits and stuff like that, the cell won't fall out. So yeah, that's basically a tour around my rocket chassis. I hope you enjoyed it.
Tanya, we've noticed this weekend that all the drivers' ages are in the program, but yours is not listed.
Isn't it really? I didn't notice. It's actually my birthday, 1st of January, but sorry, I'm not going to tell you my age.
We'll have another look at them as they start to run down. We'll build up a bit of head of steam. Graham Lehman, one of the local hopefuls off the front row. Graham should do quite well from position 1. Alongside him there, as I said, we should at any moment now start to generate a head of steam, and we'll get back to racing as we roll around through Wagners and through Quickfit. We'll have taken through Queensland Laser Surveys too, and up the straightaway. To get the go flag as though you're about to jump hard on that loud pedal. Keep them right to the very end.
Okay,
right on go.
And the Wayne Brent, the run through combination, they are running wheel to wheel, side by side. A big leader out of New South Wales, Tony Barclamore, Canada 63, and Ronnie Pine. Ron Pine got in the Auto 1, BX Commodore, set for the pickup point. One of his first nights in the racing, this is the 19th, very interesting indeed. The two Pine brothers running nose to tail, going up the back straight away for one moment. John Pine looking from outside, passing move, Ron Pine. He's got the number 7 car virtually glued to the pole line, coming out of the 3-4 turn. As Graham Lehman steadily falls on the power of the outside pointer. Likewise, in second placing, Wayne Brent in car number 77. The two Queenslanders doing a sterling job during the last round of heat, realising these points are of paramount importance. Tony Barclamore from Cobar in Western New South Wales, running very, very competitively in third place. I must say, I'm very, very impressed tonight with the driving style of Tony Barclamore in this number 63 car. This guy is certainly setting out to be raced all right at this point in time. Peter Warren further back in the pack. John Leslie, I tell you what, that's one driver with a big job ahead that never disregards John Leslie. He's been a champion many, many times over. The 05 car, which we believe is the Graham Lehman car, on the infield, left-hand side of the start finish line. That is putting our yellow flags out with still 5 laps to race. It's green flag about to be displayed in a moment. Wayne Brent taking up like a man for best. Pick up racing. Number 63, holding down third. Ron Pine, they're looking dangerous. He's going to look up the outside, look down the inside. He desperately wants to make up points. Likewise, John Pine. John Leslie. He's looped the American truck past down there on turn number 2. I ask you, our Speedway fans, how many times in any event or any Speedway circuit have we seen the Master Black? The two Pine brothers, 3rd and 4th, working the back straight away. Maiders Rev. Action, Maiders away with the 58 car and 9 points in all. Big Taylor, big Charlton, strong left line. Peter Warren running midfield, down on the right hand, looking at Peter Warren car. And also Big Girls trying them in their own private eyes, further back in the pack, the two Pine cars. Side by side, Ronnie Pine. Right to the left hand, behind the air, in third, John Pine. The two left-hand wheels, behind the air on the race car, John Pine. Deciding how the hell can I pass Brother Ron? The inside, the outside, while it's all going on further back on the back. Wayne Brent down the 77, possibly going to one of the champions. This is a land drive for a hell of a long time. A very impressive race driver, only his first or second start at Charlton Speedway in the morning. He's right the low for it. With a Tony Bucklemore car, Ronnie Prix also coming in for his go-up race. Only 3 cars just off. Look at extra over these 3 cars working the top front away. Have a look round the outside. 4 cars. Across the strike. The big and a rocket song. Tell you what, that was a thrill-a-minute affair. Speedway fans have had a big round of applause for the winner, 77 Wayne Prims. Put your hands together for him, Charlton Speedway. A blinder coming from the northern New South Wales competitor. Second placing, the way I read it up here in our race headquarters, goes to 3 times national champion Ron Pine, driving car number 7.
February last year and February the year before, one of both.
Oh, you've won 2. Well, Nick Nicola, you're no stranger to the big races. You've won the Tasmanian Apple Isle Grand Prix 2 years running.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, we had a good run down in Tasmania.
And the year before last, you actually won it from the back, being first reserve.
Yeah, we were first reserve, so we were lucky to even make it in. And we had a fair run. 50 laps, you got a fair chance of coming from the rear, so we done it from the rear, and we were pretty happy about that.
Tomorrow night's feature race, obviously, too. 50 laps, and you're a big race specialist.
Yeah, we like the 50 lappers. You can settle down and use a bit of strategy, but you don't have to go flat out from the beginning, so anything can happen from a 50 lap race.
You're from Victoria. You're probably one of the furthest travelling competitors here this weekend. You've never been here before. Have you had a chance yet to check out the racetrack?
We've had a look, but you really need to drive around it for 4 or 5 laps to get a setup pretty right, so we hopefully by the end of the night we've got the car going fairly quick.
Mick, you've only been in the sport relatively 5 years, but you've got some impressive runs on the board.
Yeah, we've won the Australian Championship in about a 3rd season, and we've won the Victorian title twice, so we're pretty happy with what we've achieved.
And whereabouts are you from?
We're from Charlton in Victoria.
And what's the standard of racing like down there?
Well, we've got Peter Logue, which is an Australian champion, and he's probably made us have to fight to get up there with him, so that's actually helped us along the way.
Good luck with it this weekend, and hope you can run at the pointy end of the field.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, like Jamie said,
But the radiator was pushed right back on the engine block, so lucky for John Nislight that it was his last round of qualifying routes tonight. Righto, Michael Prix now, he gets his chance to start up the front row, and Michael desperate in need of points tonight. Of course, Michael G, one of the co-promoters in Denai's deal, and desperately he would love to win some of his money back, and he needs those points. Now's his chance. He gets to start up the front row. Alongside him is Nick Nicola, one of the veterans from...
Okay, that's and Michael G. They floated out Super Nail, Michael G. And Nick Nicola, the Victorian champion, starting off the front row. Looks like action time. 1 motor car facing the infield down there on the 1-2 turns. As I was about to say, yes, the clash of our 2 promoters up here at Charlton Speedway. Jamie McHugh won. Nick Nicola. Bruce Marshall, our Commodores, worked beautifully during tonight's earlier qualifiers. The number 2 car, action time, the pedal down. Nick Nicola now in the race lead down there on the 1-2 turns. Michael G. Tucked inside the frantic race action. They are 3 wide, working the back straight away. Roll the Jack Childs car. Did he come off? Where's the wheel on the back straight away? The drivers have certainly gone close to the wind. Rounded up 3 cars across the start finish line. Picked up 3 placings, working the back straight away. Tanya Smith. As she sent the Charlton Speedway alight, the Michael G car facing the wrong direction up there on the 3-4 turns. Well, is that the race of the night? Well, Tanya Smith. The girls have gone, you know what, up here in our race headquarters. Paul from Victoria to Charlton Speedway, Danny Magaman, Nick Nicola. Michael G takes over the race lead, but how long? Have a look at Tanya Smith. She's jumped on the loud pedal once again, going up the back straight away. Now dials the Rocket race cars. Car number 9 through in the second placing, chasing hard. Behind those all the body racer. Bruce Marshall, Nick Nicola, and Tasmania 1 of Darren Gain. There's chances galore going up the back straight away. 1 driver with a big move round the outside, the Holland Commodore, Bruce Marshall. He's looped the number 2 racer coming into the 3-4 the Sporting Gesture. Getting the motor car back onto the racing track, but Vic Nicole, I say there's no possible chance of filling up a major placing. This man picks on and puts them down in bold fashion. Michael G in the middle also sees auto body racer Tanya Smith in second, side by side. The Tasmania one and White. Loud, they work the back run away. That car's looking very identical out there trackside. Plenty of panel damage. The number 77 car of Wayne Brennan coming out of the 3-4 turn. Likewise, Wayne Randall driving down number 36. Michael G doing everything right. He hasn't taken his car off the pole line for one moment. Realising it's a very, very slick and heavy track towards the concrete wall. Michael G is this is where the interest is expected regarding our last heat tonight, 9 qualifiers. Clark coming out of the centre of the Michael G car at various points. Where the car speed low, committing that game for Senior Best. Getting the nose for number 9 car to the left-hand door of Michael G coming out of the 3-4 turn. Certainly Darren Kane about to join in quickly by the Tasmania 1 racer. On this one, because there is a problem there with the Michael G car. Seems to almost stop going up the back straight away. But certainly getting the momentum going very, very quickly indeed. No, the motor car looking quite okay at this point in time. 2 cars sitting down there on the 1-2 turns. This particular 1 car, virtually impossible number to see here from our race headquarters. Again, it may be Darren Kane if that is the case. No, Vic Nicole out of Victoria as he got some skin under the race car. Looks like Shane Lau may want to continue at this point in time. Would take a very, very brave man to drive the race car the way it is in that condition. Well, we're not too sure exactly what the situation may be at this point in time regarding Shane Lau. Michael G just wondering what's gone wrong. So intent on watching the Shane Lau car down there on the 1-2 turns. That is why we're seeing the race car exiting at this point in time. The Sedan car racing, a very competitive third placing going up the back straight. Training the queue, the Miami Smash Repairs. In 4th racing, still 3 to race. Green flag going across the start finish line. And Darren Kane, Wayne Reynolds, training that queue. Can they finish the way they're racing at this point in time? There's 2.5 laps remaining around the Charlton Speedway complex. Or can we see a passing move between Jamie McHugh and Wayne Randall? A lot of front-end damage or panel damage to the Wayne Randall. Another 36, but Tanya Smith would be very, very close to maximum point scorer in this number 9 Rocket race car. Second flag, race winner, Tanya Smith, number 9 first. Second placing, going to Tasmania 1 of Darren Kane. And officially third, car number 36 of Wayne Randall. Speedway bands. Looks like our time being recorded at 32.18. The winner's time, 32.18. How about a big round of applause, Speedway bands at Charlton Raceway. Tanya Smith, put your hands together for her.
Richards has just joined me in commentary. And Kev Max Dunsany might have won $10,000 last night, but someone tonight's going to win $15,000.
Yes, very, very true indeed, David. For all our Speedway fans who were up here at Charlton Speedway last night, will take a very, very brave man indeed to try to pick the winner of tonight's race. We'll get the point scores out very, very shortly, thanks to Jay Midcalf, passing on the information to it. David and myself up here in our race headquarters. The parade lap, the salute lap to you, our Speedway fans here at Charlton International Raceway. Come on, Speedway fans, give them a blast. Let's hear it for the Super Sedan car, guys. Put those hands together, wave your programs, wave your caps. Let's know you are set. That is one hell of a spectacle going across the start-finish line. The Australian flag, the sponsor's flag, flying high in the air down there on the bottom turn. 3 wide. The parade lap salute. All our Speedway fans on the back straight. Come on, give them a blast, Charlton. Put your hands together for them. Come on, fans, let's hear it. The last time round the Charlton Speedway complex. That's it, the folks waving their programs, waving their caps. Just put your hand in the air and let these guys know, wow, are we ready for a sensational night of Speedway racing? One of those drivers you're watching trackside will lead the Charlton Speedway complex tonight or tomorrow morning, $15,000 richer. That is one hell of a purse, one hell of a prize. You can imagine the thoughts going through the minds of our Super Sedan contenders as they line up and reel off those 50 laps, the last 1 or 2 laps. Will it be me? Will it be the bloke on the outside, the inside? $15,000 up for grabs. The track, incidentally, looking $1 million of track preparation during last night's racing, during last night's heat. Absolutely first class. So congratulations to the Charlton Speedway Club. One of the best circuits I've seen on any racetrack for a hell of a long time. Just seeing our pace car peeling off during tonight's racing. Round number 4, event number 1, Pacific car division, round number 76. John McGeorge. Michael King, car 11, and Jack Giles in 24, hopefully. We should be able to get some very, very quick times out of this session. John Ledline, American radiator on the down there on both sides, but John Ledline down to the heavy runner. Jack Giles setting a very, very spectacularly turned around race car.
Yeah. Number 3, out of Newcastle, the highly competitive car number 16, the Church Air car of Greg Smith. In row number 3, the Mackay Speedway promoter, Lindsay Hawkins in car number 14, Peter Warren in 18, Michael G, the beautifully turned out Weatherall Prestige Auto Body, car number 11, Ronnie Pine, the man desperate to pick up points during tonight's racing. In 22, Dale Christensen, and 05, the local Darling Down star. Also aboard a Holden Commodore in the way of Graham Lehman, and 05.
We have an urgent call, please, to the driver of registration number Offals, OFFALS2. It is a silver car to the pit gate immediately, please. Okay, we go racing for my fans. Have a look at Paul O'Neill. He picks them up, he puts them down. This is a super from Paul O'Neill, the top gun out of New South Wales, the number 5 Lismore left-hand car, working beautifully across the start finish line. Racing short, second place, we have a look at Ronnie Pine. He is the driver desperate to pick up these important points during tonight's freeway racing. Michael G. Parks with the All Prestige Auto Buddy car in 5th placing coming out of the 24 turn. Freedom of Crop in the world of the Sedan car racing. The pace of absolute firecracker thanks to Paul O'Neill, a 4-5 Carling's advantage as he roars out of the 3-4 turn. In second placing, Craig McGeorge. Have a look at Ron Pine. He's just a jump, freeway line, a solar right. Fourth place is held out by Lindsay Hawkins, going a lot better than what we've seen from Lindsay Hawkins during last night's freeway racing. Ronnie Pine certainly climbing all over the rear. On the Craig McGeorge, number 3, fourth place is Lindsay Hawkins. Michael G. ahead of the Newcastle 16 car of Greg Smith. And Peter Warren dying to on the inside the number 7 car. Brian Cavan working the base run away, but I'd say he's number 1. We're going to go to Paul O'Neill, who's still flying in the race. On our left side, this guy is putting it on the way. They're going away from that level, extending the race lead. As he comes out of turn number 4 across the start finish line, the action second stars between the number 7 car on one side and racing forward back to Lindsay Hawkins. Michael G. Paul Ryan Pine, he said there's no room on the inside. But he only made an extra passing move on Tom McGeorge to try and get this better car around the outside. Unfortunately, it's taken towards the concrete fence to heat number 1, round 4 on our Saturday night. $15,000 Speedway show to win at Charlton Raceway. Craig McGeorge. He's not intimidated by Ronnie Pine. He's 6 weeks done. Now, Michael G. is around the outside of Lindsay Hawkins going up the next runaway. Michael G. through the 4th placing the weather all Prestige all their 20 car across the start finish line. Three cars carefully locked together. The second flag being displayed this time. The next runaway, Ronnie Pine. He has lost manual ground. Ron Pine, Michael G. 3 cars, the winner, Lismore 5, Paul O'Neill first. Second placing going to Craig McGeorge, riding down to 3, and a blinder from Michael G. the Weatherall Prestige Auto Body car. Car 11, the winning time, Speedway Bands, 2 minutes 32.97. The winner's time, heat number 1, 2:32.97.
Jamie, you're one of the men responsible for bringing this meeting to Toowoomba. How'd you feel about last night?
Yeah, last night was a great night. We had a great crowd. The racing was fantastic. So all our sponsors, Titan, Ian Botcher, Racers Warehouse and Hoosier, are very happy with it.
You're currently running 5th on the point score. Is that sort of where you'd like to be, or obviously you'd like to be further up?
Yeah, naturally you'd like to be highest point scorer, but I'm happy with 5th. I've got a couple of good starts tonight, and it's a 50-lap race, so if you're in the first 5, you're in with a show.
And you've hurt your arm last night. Is that going to be, or go against you tonight, do you think?
No, I'll be all right. And just the steering wheel hooked back on it and just a bit tender, but you'll be right.
Good luck in tonight's 50-lapper, and be nice to see you running at the pointy end of the field.
Yeah, I hope so. Thank you.
And car number 6. Sorry, Desi Coyne, I should say. Started Super Sedan field. Let's have a bit of a look at it now. Car number 34 on the inside front row. We get set to build up ahead of steam. It's back to you, Terry Richards.
Okay, thanks so much indeed. We are racing in number 2. Proudly brought to us by Sarah. The pole sitter of Rockhampton Rocket. The way of Jack Childs going up the next runaway side by side. Nick Girdle's name, Jack Childs. And John Lambright talk about side by side race action, side by side, nose to tail. Across the south side. Regarding the number 2. With Nick Girdle's name down in the 58. To pick up important points to ensure his place in this 50-lap feature race later on during tonight's show. So on the inside, side by side, have a look at the Barcomore car. And we will down to the running to last night. One of the spectacular at Charlton Speedway. They just don't get no pleasure coming across the start finish line. Big Earl John Ledlight is following radio the last night, robbing John Ledlight of important finishing points. Have a look at Jamie McDoo, our co-promoter in the Miami National Bears Raceway. Turned up the wick. Ball 3, 4, 5 cars. Lands together up there on the 3-4 times. Just a reminder also, Speedway fans, Wayne Randall hasn't they formed a formidable combination for a lot of Speedway feet. Car number 36. As we go racing, 7 to go. We're going to do last round of it. I tell you what, this guy looks very impressive indeed. Works the back straight away. Big Bill Stein, Jack Child on his side, passing move, following through. John Ledlight and Jamie McDoo. Is running very competitively in second placing now, regulated second and fourth. As the entire freight train rolled across the start finish line, a big move from Tony Barklemore. Further back in the pack, roll is plenty of rear end shot. There's one car, and Ian Britton, car number 76, Britton realising he's going to have to move up too quickly if he wants to improve the position. Only 5 to go on our left count to the right hand. Whoa, tell you what. And these guys blowing caution to the wind, big time. Have a look at Jamie McDoo. He's found some right John Ledlight. He's flying through on the inside. I was carrying the flying through on the inside, but have a look at Jamie McDoo. He hikes the left-hand wheel high in the air, coming out of turn number 4 on the main straight. They are pulling Tony Barklemore, moving up stylishly. It doesn't get any better on what they're seeing, doing our second last round of heat. Somehow or some way, the 58 race with Nick Girdlestone still holding down second place. John Ledlight has got every pick of the walk. Wayne Randall there on the pace. And Tony Barklemore, are they attacking the Nick Girdlestone car? John Ledlight now gets the American truck part through. Once again confronted by yellow lights around the Speedway circuit. China Speedway fans is scintillating. Seat for Sedan car racing if you're seeing now. Yes, looks like we are set this time and start moments away. Speedway fans, stand by. We go racing. Jamie McDoo. Forward on the power. Big time. Forward down to the bottom turn. Big Girdlestone in the 58 car. Full of firepower going up the back straight away. Have a look at Wayne Randall. And the Ian Potchmanators, they are virtually 3 wide. Across the start finish line. 1 congratulations. Of the Charlton Speedway remains with Jamie McDoo. Almost the entire length of the back straight. This time, Speedway circular light, Bruce Marshall. Wow, has it been one hell of a race for Bruce Marshall to say he has had any choice. Would be an understatement driving car number 2 and towards the car doctor. As they turn up the wick with one race. Jamie McDoo has been found from out of the horsepower in this Miami National Bears racer. He drives away, he powers away. The left-hand wheel waves throughout Speedway fans across the start finish line. Jamie McDoo, number 33 first, second placing. Going to Nick Girdlestone, car 58. And officially third for the Butcher race starts to 36.
Tanya, great performance last night. You're now third in the points tally.
Yeah, it's great. The car was working really well. I'm really happy.
You look like you're enjoying yourself out there last night.
Yeah, you always enjoy yourself when your car's running well. The car was awesome in hot laps. First heat it was flying, and second heat we kind of missed it just a little, and it's cost us a few points there, no doubt. But and the third heat, Danny just cranked up another gear. It was unbelievable to drive. It was very good.
One of those heats last night, and I can't think which one it was now, but round the outside of 3 or 4 cars, magic moment.
Yeah, like I say, the car, you know, I can't do it without the car. He just set it up to do it, and just got to trust it and go with it. And it's not easy to trust it every time, but yeah, no, it just flew around the outside. I couldn't believe it myself.
Well, you've got a couple of more heats tonight, then the big 50-lap feature race. Best of luck with it.
Thank you, yeah. Hopefully, you know, what we played with in that last heat will come to play in the feature too, and it'll all come to us.
Thanks, Tanya.
Thanks very much.
Well, Gary Pagel, at this stage in your career, you're probably better known as a modified production driver, and this is only your third drive in a super sedan.
Yeah, it's at the moment we're sort of learning about the Super Sedan. I'd rather a production car I can just step in it and sort of know what I've got to do, and we've had a fair bit of experience with a few state titles in New South Wales and Australian titles. We've done pretty well out. It's all a learning curve extra, and I think we've rattled a few chains in the Super Sedan ranks in the last couple of meetings.
Well, your performance last night was simply outstanding. You're equal on top points with Darren Kane. Must be a big buzz for you.
Oh, it is. I didn't expect to be up to speed like this within a couple, 2 or 3 meetings. We still have a bit of trouble with hooky racetracks, but on the slick racetracks the car's just going really well.
Well, good luck, Gary, in tonight's 50-lap feature event, and hopefully we can talk to you on the podium later on tonight.
That would be very nice. Thank you.
For tonight's qualifying heat. Okay, third round of heat. Rolling around trackside now. John Pine on the inside front row. Car number 8 alongside him. That could be, I think, Jai O'Brien, if my memory serves me correctly. Inside second row, car number 1. The Tasmanian champ, the 3 times Tasmanian champ, Darren Kane. Car number 17. By gee, this young guy is really turning it on tonight. Ex-modified production guy, a couple of national titles in modified production. Gary Pagel.
Okay, thanks indeed.
Gather ahead of steam. Back to
Johnny Pine and a goal for Mark O'Brien going up the race for the low. Guy O'Brien, I should say, the buzzer in some combination. Have a look at the tap. Back in 1. Now top point scorer in Super Sedan car racing. Darren Kane only down third placing. Kenya Smith. And the Jumbo is Kenya Smith and the exchanges here at Charlton Speedway on a side. The safety of final 6 cars coming out of turn number 4 down the main straight. It's a pretty base up front. Set by the Newcastle Motor Lane specialist for the way of 12 time. Driving down the line. She's got every stick in the book for inside or outside passing move. Darren Kane. He's down plenty of time on the pole line. Now, one car. Through to the Raceway, going up the back of the way. John Pine. Back in the second placing now. Having to contend with the 77 car of Wayne Prince coming out of the 3-4-turn. Fourth placing. Guy O'Brien. And the flying Owen Commodore of Gary Pagel. There's Gary Pagel. Turn head to your last night at Charlton Speedway. The third highest spot riders on the Gary Commodore coming out of the 3-4-turn. Gary Pagel starting from position number 8 during this second to last round of heat. He's got the yellow Ranger in 6th placing coming out of the top turn. Darren Kane, John Pine, the one for the combination. They are set up quite a good buffer going up the main runaway. A good 8, 10 or even 12 Starlings. Back at the 4th place, Kenya Fitz on the number 9. Rocket Race Stars out of New South Wales, Guy O'Brien. Element of Gary Pagel is about to round up the Guy O'Brien card. Almost setting up for a passing move down there on the 1-2 turn. All eyes undoubtedly on this Gary Pagel card as contested. Third. Highest point scorer after last night's race. If you do everything right, he's on the line. That front is going to be an easy Saturday night Speedway victory. It's no surprise to see Darren Kane proudly displaying Tasmania 1 on the side of the thing in bunch of race cars. Second place in high yellow lights being turned on trackside. 2 cars coming to grief up there on the 3-4 turns. Also, quick reminder, Speedway fans, can we have a call please for Colin Young to our broad.
And Nicola, what happened? 2 of them got hooked up. What happened? There was a crash at the start of the race. One car went out.
Yeah, it was like plenty of damage there in the front of the Victor Cola car in the Victoria Video Racing. There's 1 lap to race. Darren Kane, the Tasmanian champion, picking up Wayne Prince, a beautiful outside passing lead on John Pine. As they approach the 1-2 turn for the first time, look at Kenya Smith. Can she come from 3rd to 4th? The checkered flag. The winner, Tasmania 1, doing the last round of 8. Oh, Kenya Smith. Wow, drama on the 1-2 turn. Whoa, looks like the big double car involved. Also, one car facing our race headquarters. It could be the Newcastle racer car number 2 of Robert Carrick. That is sensations unfolding as soon as the checkered flag was shown on the main straight. 3 or even 4 cars involved down there on the 1-2 turns. We'll leave David Button time on turns 1 and 2. Over to you.
That's exactly right, Kevy Richards. The big boys have come out to play, and there's plenty of play happening. Tanya Smith, very, very unlucky. I just missed that. Tanya not happy at all. Very lucky lady. The car looks as if it's got a fair bit of damage done to the right-hand side of it.
Guys, will be a few